Today we are going to read the third chapter in TRIFORCE of Power, the food chapter. Alright, let's get into it. This town is surprisingly big. Hey kid! Shh, who needs that brat? And he smacks him and hits him with the rock. And then he's sorry. So, two things here. Things I've talked about in the past. Writing things like glance and kick. That's unnecessary. I'm gonna stop talking about it because, if you've seen the previous videos, you know about that. So one thing in the final 2 panels of this page that was really funny is that that's a mustache. You can't see this guy's mouth. You can just see his mustache, or at least that was my intention. Apparently some readers think that that is a mouth. Let me know what you think it is, because this is not a good example of clear character design, because I didn't take into account that could be confusing. Now, where to get a guide? Oh, you got awful manners. Never mind that. Where could I get a guide to Castletown? Well, the best option really would be to hook onto a caravan, but they're off season. Bad luck. Oh, of course. Son of a mumble. Wait, the kid isn't here. I could swear all I want. Whoa, not in front of me, man. Seriously? Yeah, I'm only 17. You're 17? This country is so weird. Yeah, it is. So, this page is really funny because I remember I was planning this town and I was like, oh, I want Wind Waker characters. So then I made a list of which Wind Waker characters I would include. And I think this guy, his name is Candy or something like that. His name doesn't fit him. And then I was looking at his character information and he's 17. And I was like, that is so weird. I'm going to turn that into a punchline because it's so bizarre. And then another thing is wait, the kid isn't here. I could swear all I want line. Yeah, that is from Gravity Falls. That episode aired with that line. And I was like, I have to include it. Yeah. And I mean, it works. It's fine. So it's not just a distracting homage. I mean, nobody's mentioned it. That's the fun thing about comics is that you can include little things, that work for the comic, but also are fun little bits for you whenever you're rereading it. And also it makes it more fun to work on the pages whenever you're like, oh yeah, it has this little thing and I really like it. There's a lot of joy to be had in the creation of a comic, but sometimes it's just not going to be as fun as other times. But since you are in control of the comic, you can include little things like this to make it fun. We do have guides off season, and to go to Castletown, it'd be about, 50 rupees. That's absurd. You won't find lower rates than that, man. My last guide required no payment. She sounds so prissy. Seriously? What a chump. It's not that funny. No, man, you got a free guide and you ended the contract? Well, kinda. Ha, how dumb. He's laughing a lot. Yeah, he's finding this way more funny than he should. How dumb can you get? You aren't gonna find a deal like that anywhere else. You're right. Whenever you're rereading something and reading laughter is just awkward and doesn't flow naturally, then maybe the laughter doesn't quite fit. It's fine for him to chuckle a little, but he's laughing way too much. But then again, he is 17, so maybe it's one of those teenage mood swings or something. Yeah, that's my justification. I've got to find a way to get back the kid's trust, but how? Is that him over there? I told you I need to prepare it first. Yes, the jelly will be turned into a medicine. That's what it's meant to be, not a snack. Maybe it looks tasty, sure, but it'll be way better as a potion. Way better. What did I just say? I never tell anyone that they are poisonous, Bar. You're gonna die if it dissolves. Spit it out. Spit it out. Spit it out. Spit it out. How has that kid managed to even survive this long? Yes, that is an excellent question. This is a very random page, but I love it. I think it kind of works. It's also, I think this might also be the only page in the comic where I have a panel. So you see the what did I just say panel? You see how it's bigger than the one on its right? I think this might be the only page where I do something like that, where I have panels that are on the same line, but one is lower than the other. I never noticed that before. Well, the kid survived whatever that was, and thinking of food, all I've ever seen him eat was the milk and some bugs. If I fed him, he'd have to consider guiding me again, probably, but Hylian food seems pretty bland. How can I cook something good unless we've got couscous, raisins, olives, saffron, garlic, cinnamon? Come on, doesn't someone think this sounds good? She's like, what? Yeah, so that's that's the evil Ganon laugh. I can't do it. My voice is not that deep. I don't have, who is it? Matt Mercer or whatever? I don't have his voice. So, the food that Gan makes in this chapter is based off of, I'm gonna mispronounce it, and I apologize. I'll put the name up on the screen too. Chicken tagine, or tagine. It is a Moroccan dish, and I remember that I made it about I'd say maybe about like a year before I wrote this, because every time I watch Hercules the animated series, I just want to eat lots of Mediterranean food. And I guess that overlaps with Moroccan food. So I cooked it back then and I was like, oh, this is so good. I gotta include it in the comic. Plus, like Middle Eastern, Indian, and North African dishes are used like that. That's the kind of food that I'm seeing the Gerudo eating for a wide variety of reasons based on the world building in this comic. So yeah, plus it's all so freaking delicious. So there. This is exactly what I need. I could just steal... No, if the kid found out, that wouldn't work. So, good day, sir. Decent selection. Yes, and there's more in the back, too. We offer the best prices, 15 rupees per pound of couscous, 10 pounds per 15 rupees per pound. I'd get over twice as much for less back home. 5 rupees at the most would be better. Sir, I don't know what it's like where you're from, but we don't haggle in Hylian markets. So, you're trying to scam me with your outrageous prices? What kind of business are you running? I just work part-time. Okay, sorry, I realize I'm mixing up some of the words a little bit. I apologize for that. I'll try to avoid that. But this is the first page where I had to go back and fix some typos. You can actually see it in the last panel, the outrageous in business. That's one nice thing about comics, is that you can go back and edit anytime you want. Somebody points out typos or things like that are not that hard to fix, but raise the overall quality of your comic. Like, yeah, you can do it. I mean, that's something that I still do. There was a page pretty recently in chapter 20. Yeah, chapter 20, where one of my readers spotted a typo and I was like, oh crap. And I went and fixed it and it didn't take that long. So yeah. Look, I know the cost of getting this stuff up here, so I'll settle for 25% your listed price. 25%? Absolutely not. Do you have any idea how cheap this stuff is back where it grows? Well, kind of, but 25% is too. Any higher would be a ripoff. I'm sorry, but I can't lower the prices. Hylian snobbery. I'm out of here. Whew. He's coming back. So this whole thing is based off of real life haggling stories. I don't know if I could share more than it because it's not my family technically. I mean, it kind of is. Long story. But anyways, I heard these different stories about haggling and I was like, I must use these. Plus they are, I think it fits. I like it very much. For a pack of raisins this size, 3 rupees. Huh? That's not even 25% our listed price. Lady, I'm a busy man, a traveler, and I know how bloody cheap these really are. I'm doing you a favor by offering this price. Well, I guess the prices are a bit high. How about 5% off all our listed prices? For Den's sake, if you want all my money and life savings, at least say so. Sir, please keep your voice down. So I considered having him like slam his wallet onto the table. Like, you know, take it. Take my money. If you want it, just take it. But I think that I wanted to draw like the crowd's reaction. So that determined the focus of the panel. Also, I think that I didn't want to bother drawing all that action of him like slamming the wallet down. Plus, I think I didn't actually design his wallet. So there's that. I'm not saying that was a bad choice. It works out well for the page and everything. That's one part of why a lot of people thumbnail their comics. Thumbnailing is whatever you draw like little sketches beforehand to plan out the pages. Thumbnailing can be really good to help decide things like that. Not everyone needs to thumbnail. I often don't thumbnail, but it can be extremely helpful. So if you've never tried it, it's definitely worth that trying out at least a few times. You're treading on thin ice, lady. This racket you've got going here. Ah, Anton. Oh, hi, honey. Thank goodness. Help me explain to this man that I can't lower the prices. I just want a reasonable price. Is that too much to ask? Please explain to him. But you're always saying your boss sets unreasonable rates. What's the harm in lowering the price? At least consider adjusting it some, you know? Yes, your boyfriend has it like, right. Leave, Anton. Anton's the worst. Like, even in Wind Waker, you have like that whole cute side quest where you help him and, oh gosh, what's her name? Her name's like Linda or something like that. I can't remember. But you help them to like basically start dating and stuff. But like even there, he's kind of like I don't know. He doesn't feel particularly reliable. So sorry, Anton lovers. He seems nice. I'll give him that. 30 minutes later, you've left and come back 3 times now. You keep changing the rates you want. People keep glaring at me because they think I'm cheating you. What will it take for you to leave me alone? 90% off of everything. Fine. I don't care anymore. Just take it and leave. Oh, he's so mean. He leaves her crying. Never do this to somebody. I mean, he's evil, okay? He is evil. He's a villain. There we go. Got the food, liberated some neglected pots and stuff. That basically means that people kind of left them out and maybe they were intending to use them, but like he just sort of took them. It's stealing, but it's a less bad version of stealing, probably. Anyways, ready to start later. What are you doing? Cooking. What's it to you? I'm with the town militia, and you can't just cook wherever. Whoa, that smells good. Of course it does. Yes, of course it does. This food is really good. So what let me finish reading. Well, I'll let you be, as long as I can have some when it's done. Sure, I'm cooking for myself, so there'll be loads too. Okay, so I think that the version of chicken tagine that I made was definitely like not the most traditional or whatever, and that is also going to be the version that he would be making because that was what I was most familiar with. But it is so good. Like, if you ever get the chance to try it or to make it, and the ingredients and all that sound like it'll be yummy to you, definitely try it. It's super yummy. Oh, and it's very, very fragrant. So yes, the smell would be like traveling all over town, such as in this page. It's coming along well. Mother, I'm sorry for all my whining during cooking lessons. The smell is perfect. And with this fresh air, the scent will be spreading all over the town. The kid will be here in any second. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Oh, I'm noticing that Gan's pot has gotten progressively smaller. It's like huge here, but in other chapters where he's cooking, it is smaller. Oh dear. Oh well. Oh, surprised seeing you here, kid. Suspicious face. What? I bought food and with permission and cooking it out here. You got something to say about it? His stomach growls. I'm not going to try to do that sound effect. Before you think of saying that wasn't your stomach growling, remember there are no bears in this town. I know. You could have some if you want. What? Do you think I could eat all this myself? Nods. That nod is not good. Really? Well, I can't. So you or anyone else can have oh wait, are you cooking here? What? I talked to one of you a lot earlier. He said it was fine for me to cook here. Oh no, can I have some too? Sure, when it's ready, fine by me. Great. That smells like it'll be delicious. See you. Okay, I really like that last panel. Gan's face. He used to have tiny little round eyes. That has changed. He's become more of a pretty boy. Finally, it's ready. Here. What? It's not poisoned or anything. It's good. Of course it is. Why are you so surprised? Because you're evil. You didn't think someone evil could make good food. Like, gosh, this is shaking his worldview. This is actually like, I don't think I didn't do this on purpose, but this is actually like kind of connected to a side comic that I did with Link's grandma, where like Link writes to Ilya and he tells her all this stuff about Ganondorf and how like he left him behind, he's stolen things, he's stolen from him and all that kind of stuff. But then he's also like, he cooks really well. He's giving me lots of good food. And Link's grandma's like, well, if that's the case, he can't be all that bad. Even though she just heard all these really suspicious things. I feel like Link probably has some of that worldview of, a good soul produces good food or something like that. His grandma has definitely probably said something like that to him in the past, so probably internalize that. We brought bowls. We'll serve ourselves a bit. My wife have some too? It just smells so good. Fine, sure. One more won't hurt. Can we try some too? Smells so good. It's gonna be delicious. Seriously, you gotta be staring at him. Help yourselves. Woo, yes. Small thing, but I do have like little cameos of non-Zelda characters in some panels, but I tried to make them pretty subtle so they wouldn't be distracting. In most cases, sometimes they are less subtle. But in the second panel here, I think this was the first time I did that. The girl who's saying smells so good, who's wearing the scarf, she is a extremely loose cameo of Mist in Fire Emblem 10, Path of Radiant Dawn, because her hair is long. Basically she just has Mist's scarf and her hair. Yeah, she doesn't look like her at all. I think I definitely could have gone a little harder on that cameo, but I was probably like really scared of people noticing for some reason. Chatter, chatter, munch, munch. I said there isn't any more, all right? Say, what was in it? Why would you care? He's so rude. Oh my god. We'll get you more ingredients. Ooh, good idea. There's gotta be garlic and chicken, cinnamon, couscous, salt, raisins, and maybe olive oil. And that's it. You're forgetting the saffron. Everyone, you want more? Here's what we're gonna need. Why is this happening? Ganondorf's really rude. But then again, cooking is really exhausting, especially whenever you're cooking for other people and all that kind of stuff. It's tiring, and he's been like sitting in the desert doing nothing for a few years, so this is a lot for him. He kind of deserves it. I mean, no, he really deserves it. So why am I so tired? All I've been doing is cooking. You got something to say, kid? Nope. This is a cute page. It's understated. The gray does not look good. This was the first time I think I tried to experiment with having like gray to like signify that it was dark and stuff, because I think I just used hatching in previous chapters. Yeah, it doesn't look that great. And this is the last of it. Finally, I can sit down and, oh, he's been cooking all this time. He hasn't had a chance to eat. He hasn't had a chance to like just sit back and not be leaning over the bloody pot. Like if you've cooked, like you know this feeling. Also, this page is like, it needs cleaned up more. I can see I didn't clean up the scan as well as I usually do. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer. It probably had to do with how I was trying to experiment with making things darker and so on. Oh well. Finally, I can sit down and, "Oh, young sir, good evening. I have a letter for you. There is a post fee. It was high priority mail, so if it was so high priority, why were you lazing around eating? Oh, yes, the food was great." His face. Gav's like, yeesh. Why, if you had cooked that food, young sir, it would work as payment. But anyways, the fee is 500 rupees. But I'm traveling with the chef. Oh, never mind then. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. Yes, the TRIFORCE letter seal. Cute. No, you won't believe it. Not interested. No, this is interesting. It's, look, what sender could possibly warrant my interest? Princess Zelda. Yeah, not interested. Wait, what? He's so nasty. I love it though. He's definitely a lot rougher in these first chapters, which again, been in the desert for years. He is Ganondorf. Ganondorf is a nasty, mean guy and all that. So it's not bad. It's just kind of funny reading it back and realizing I forgot how mean he was. There is no way that's from the princess. It is. Well, either way, you'll be going to Castletown? Yeah. In that case, would you want to go together? Yeah. Fine. Tomorrow morning then. Yeah. Success. So this is a shorter chapter. I think that this chapter is a lot better than the previous one. In some ways, I think the art is a little bit rougher, mostly because I was experimenting with like the darkness and so on. The writing for this is a lot better because if you look at the video for the previous chapter, one thing I commented on a lot was that some pages were kind of pointless or I should have merged them or things like that. And for this chapter, I had a very specific end goal in mind. He needed to regain his trust through the power of delicious food. That's the best plot you could ever have. Anyway, each page was working towards or contributing to that goal in some way. Even the one where he's talking with the chew slime guy, you also learn that yes, he is still hungry. He's so hungry that he's like, I'm gonna eat this weird thing that I got out of a monster. It sounds so gross whenever you put it that way, but yeah, so this chapter is, I really like that. I feel like the writing and scripting and all that of this chapter is much better. Again, we're seeing some progress, so that's really cool, and that's the thing about rereading your comic. Even if it starts out rough, you could look back and be like, this is still fun, or this is still funny, or I still think this is a legitimate plot point because this is very delicious chicken. I've had it and I love it and everyone should try it. Thank you for watching, for listening. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below and I'll see y'all in another video. Bye bye!